When it comes to your writing, it is hard to find motivation sometimes. But is there a wrong way to be motivated? Is there a negative motivation? Is it bad to be motivated by bad writing? Beautiful and valid. It's beautiful and valid. Caustic salad. It's time for a vibes check. Here's another story with roots in my dubious connections to Scribophile, a review critique site that I have grown to hate / I just hate it. I think I might just hate it at this point. Anyway, I was talking once on my Tumblr. I shared that I was going to critique someone's work to motivate myself to do my own writing. Because in a way, critique of other people's work gives you insight into things that are bad, and then you'll see things in other people's work that you don't see in your own. As John Green talked about when he worked for Booklist magazine, he had to review a book a week, and they weren't always good reviews, and they weren't always good books. But what he learned is to get a feel for 500 words, and he read a lot of books that way. And that gave him a lot of ideas about how structure works, and how people talk, and what feels fake in a novel, which is why it's very important to read. It's very important to read a wide variety of books. So I was very much so practicing this kind of idea, but in a critique setting, on Scribophile, where I would read something, see what they did, and then tell them what they did wrong and how they could maybe improve it. And some of these ideas were harsh, some of the things I said were stupid and wrong, as I've learned, because critiquing someone's work is a skill that you learn, but like most skills, you only get it through practice. One day I expressed my motivation for critiquing people was so that I could write. Once I know that someone else did something wrong, I know I could do it better, and thus I'm motivated to write myself. I have self-confidence. I have bullied someone in my mind, which is not how I saw it exactly, because I saw it the way John Green meant it. I was sternly corrected, as I became several times on Tumblr, from people who were very concerned about how very wrong that was. And they probably gave me reasons, but they didn't seem like good reasons, and I don't remember really good solid reasons for why not to do that. After all, it's kind of what John Green told me to do. For two, it's kind of how I started writing in the first place. We were in the midst of Twilight buzz when I started writing. I'm very old and very slow. And I looked at a book like Twilight, which was maligned for several bad ideas and supposedly bad writing and bad characters. I was like, yeah, I can make a better story. I might as well write. And some people have tried to malign this kind of thought because you can't be another E.L. James. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I think that's the other one. That's the 50 Shades lady. Well, you can't be another Twilight, because Twilight was made in a very specific ecosystem, in a very specific culture. The powder keg of needs among people when Twilight came out will never happen again, which is possible, but there are power kegs for things all the time. I still think it's fun to be motivated by the fact that Twilight exists, because it means that your story, well, first of all, if we take it at a baseline, Twilight sold, and Twilight has value to several thousand, if not million people. And if it's bad in some ways, then isn't that mean it's alright? Doesn't that mean kind of bad stories are alright? Even if your story is kind of bad, it can help someone, it can educate someone, it can make them feel a part of themselves, a need that they have from themselves that you put on that paper. And that's the whole idea of writing, so it can be very egalitarian and heartwarming. Besides, part of being a bad boy author means stepping on some toes and taking out your dick once in a while. And part of taking out your dick means someone's gonna slap it. Is this gonna stay in the video? I don't know if that's the right part of the video for this metaphor, but who cares? I'm a bad boy author. That's me. Making my YouTube videos in the middle of a corona panic, pasty pale, man tits. Who knows? Can a man tits do this? Yeah. That's solid. Oh god. Oh god. Am I... They say attractive YouTubers do better. Is that me? Is that it me? It me? I definitely think on YouTube there's a lot of bad videos that get very popular that don't necessarily have good production quality or anything, but people still like them and watch them. So that's definitely part of my motivation here. I've learned nothing. Oh. Am I the bottom of the boat? Hot take, it's okay to be bad. Sincerely, Ray Richards. This wasn't me, and this probably isn't anybody, because I don't see people writing about this, because I looked for negative motivation, and no one quite got that in the same kind of thing. I found one article that's helpful that we'll dive into, because I like other people's opinions, and no one really talks to me about these things. Feel free to talk to me in the comments about these things. But there are practical drawbacks to gaining motivation from bad writing, like maybe you don't always have bad writing. Maybe you can't always get that high off the same kind of hit, and you have to find more and more bad writing. Perhaps, some of the bad writing rubs off on you in a bad way. Maybe an engine fueled off negativity doesn't actually work that well. And I can say, when I first started writing, I was not in a good place. One article that I went through and hated described negative motivation as things that demotivate you, so I guess there would be demotivation. That's why I hate the fucking words. Anyway, it's a depression, lack of sleep, bad, that thing where we eat stuff. Anyways, all that shit can make us not write and have our negative motivated. We'll be in the negative. Which, okay, that sounds like it's just depression there, buddy. But, and people are unmotivated. Which, why even say unmotivated if not, like, trying to fit some kind of stupid algorithm thing where I can't find a topic that I actually want to search for because you've shanghaied the words and ignored what they mean. I think I'm still doing it. I think I'm still gaining motivation from bad writing. I thought I was past it, when I said, let's do this for a topic, I said maybe I'll be okay. But no, I'm still a negative creature. I have an all-purpose engine. I'll burn whatever throws in there. Throw some stuff on the fire, it'll burn. As described by a blogger called Lauren Pinellas, first of all, a writer. Second of all, she did not have any of that weird entrepreneur, sightseer, mumbo-jumbo bullshit in her bio, so automatically she's better than the guy that came in top in my server questions. She did a blog post of 6 signs your motivation is incorrect. One of her diagnoses, projections, she says, is feeling, not being. And that is very much so me in my early writing. I felt like it was time to write, and then I write. Well, and then I wrote. I wrote a lot during that time. I do feel like I got a lot of ideas and started churning them out, and I did spend a lot of time writing. There's not really a but there. I did. It worked, and it worked for a while. And as I expanded, as I learned, as I continued to practice fiction creative writing, crawling out of the darkness, as my life became better, I found it harder to write in some ways, and that's because I was so down in, my feelings that I wasn't writing. It wasn't, a clarity of things. I had to make myself feel that way. And as the Game Grumps said, for a long time, I attached my ability to write to my depression, and once in a while I would wish that I was kind of sad again. That way I would have more words out, more words that I could edit, that I can put into story compilations, that I could show people, that I could have people read. When Aaron Hansen said, "Sometimes I wish I was depressed again so I can make more art," and Danny replied, "Well, if you're in a spot in your life where you're wishing that you were sad, you're probably pretty sad in that moment." And I was like, oh, fuck what I was thinking. That's a good point. And Lauren might mean these words in a different kind of way. Actually, she definitely does as I read the article. But you said the words that got me to a place. So Lauren and Danny are my guiding light for this video. I should tweet him. I should tweet Danny about that. Good God. So is it bad to get motivation from bad writing? Maybe? You can answer what you say down in the comments, but the conclusion that I've come to is that instead of seeing it as getting motivation from bad writing, being motivated, getting self-confidence from obliterating the idea of this idea-perfect quality of writing that you must attain or that you must earn before you start writing or start publishing or start having people read what you make, I think is the good takeaway here. And if that's proven to you by this video, or proven to you by the fact that Twilight exists, or proven to you by the fact that people have their writing that isn't perfect that they want you to read and they want you to create and they would like your thoughts on, then so be it. Our lives are messy, and how we get where we are might be regrettable, it might be bad, it might be wrong, but we have a choice going forward what to do. And what got us here might not have been necessary, but it can't be changed. Thanks for watching. I was Ray Richards, the Sugar Ray. Leave a comment and like. Maybe talk to a couple people, see what other people think or where other people get their motivations, and try to make yourself a little better. Hopefully you feel confident enough that now you can go write. You think you're Jesus Christ. I wonder if I'll remember to take out all the bits where I sang and stuff. On my main channel, I did a video, and like there's in the beginning a bunch of things where I'm singing, and I kind of missed it in the editing, and it's still there in the final finale, and I didn't like put a title card or anything over it, so I don't know. I should do title cards over things. Is it Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday. We killed it all night. All night. Yeah, we killed it. I'll only get one video shot today, aren't I?